Hey everybody, Andy Cavernan here with another Cornerstone Connection Daily Devotional. Wonder, have you ever taken a trip with a group of people? Maybe it's a bunch of friends or your family, or maybe it was a mission trip or a work trip, and it's a long trip, and you're in a car or an airplane, and you get started, and it's kind of exciting because you're going somewhere new, but the more pavement you see, the harder the trip becomes. And inevitably, you get down the road and you stop for a restroom break, and 10 minutes later, after you get back on the road, somebody says, I got to go to the bathroom. And you got to pull over, and everybody's frustrated, and everybody just wants to get to where they're going. I think we're in a place like that now as a culture, certainly as an American culture and a local culture here in Marshfield. And I think we just want to be done and get to where we're going. But the problem is there's a whole lot of pavement ahead. And even more than in taking a trip with family or friends, you know your destination. We just don't know the destination right now. We don't know how this all ends, and that's deeply disconcerting. And because of that, it's stirring up a lot of emotion and a lot of angst and a lot of thoughts and feelings we're having about the situation and inevitably about each other, because we tend to think differently as a culture about the best path forward. Since we don't know the destination, even in a map where there's a point A and a point B, there's often many ways to get from point A to point B. Christy and I have discussions about that all the time. I tend to be more of a scenic route person. She tends to be more of a straight shooter. Let's get there right away. Well, when we don't have a destination in mind, how many more options are there, and how many more things are there to struggle with as we interact with each other? You know, my heart grieves for my friends who are struggling these days. We're all struggling in some ways, but I think of a person who can't visit their loved one in an assisted living right now. I think of a business owner who's struggling to keep their business afloat. I think of people in the healthcare industry who are so stressed after this just long haul, and they're ready for it to be done, and it's just not going to be done anytime soon. I grieve over those who've had to change their wedding plans. I grieve over the families who have lost the opportunity to celebrate a graduation in the ways that they had dreamed with their kids. It's hard, and I get the angst. I think I do. I really do. I read a verse this morning in the book of Proverbs that I think is apt for our time. Proverbs 10:12 says simply this: hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all offenses. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all offenses. You know, in that car ride, when somebody has to go to the bathroom, we have a choice to make. We can stir up strife. We can act with enmity toward that person. We can maybe distance and be passive-aggressive towards that person. Or we can love them. And one approach will stir things up and make it worse. And another approach will make that car ride so much more pleasant. Church, I'm grateful for the people that have overlooked my offenses with love through the years. Perhaps even recently, I've had brothers and sisters that have said, I love you anyway, even though you bring a mess to the table here. And I wonder if we can be the kind of people that reflect Jesus in our interactions with each other. I believe we can. And I'm always drawn back to this beautiful passage in Romans 5:8. God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Christ died for me while I was still a mess. He loved me when I was a mess. I wonder, can I love my brother or sister or my neighbor or the other person that thinks really different from me, even though they may have a mess too? Church, let's cover offenses with love these days. Will you join me? Let's trust God for that together. Amen. God bless you, and we'll see you soon.